Now let's look at some basic probability. And you might notice Grace, my cat, hanging around right now. So what values can probabilities have? Well, we can never have a negative probability. We can have zero means impossible, and there's nothing less impossible than impossible, or more impossible than impossible. And then our maximum probability is 1, which is 100% or definitely going to happen. It's certain. So there are two requirements for probability. The probability of A has to be between 0 and 1. The probabilities for all outcomes in the sample space have to add up to 1. So if the probability of, let's say, rain or not rain, if probability of rain is 40%, then the probability of not rain is 60%. Or if we did it in decimal, 0.4 and 0.6. Now, the probability of the entire sample space put together is 1. Okay, this does not mean that the individual outcome probabilities must be the same. Just like I said, rain was 40% and not rain was 60%. So let's look at the sum of the rolls of 2 die. So I was nice and I put this table already for you so we can easily look at the outcomes. Well, what's the probability of getting a sum of 5? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 outcomes for a 5. Out of 36, I could simplify that 1/9, or 0.101, or 10%, rough 10.1%. How about getting a sum of a 6 or a 7? Well, I can just circle all the 6s and 7s, and there are 5 6s and 6 7s. That sounds odd, doesn't it? And you add them together and you get 11. 11 out of 36 is 0.306, or 30.6%. How about getting a number greater than 4? Well, and notice it says greater than, not greater than or equal to. So I'm not including the 4s here. I have to be greater than 4. So pay special attention to that. And if I count all the outcomes, there'd be 30 out of 36. Or I could have just counted these 6 outcomes right here and subtracted it from 1. That's in the complement rule, and we'll get to that. So it's 5 out of 6, or 83.3%. How about getting a sum greater than or equal to 4? Notice I have the greater than or equal. Now I include the 4s. And probably it's easier just to count the ones that aren't included. So there are 3 that are not, 33 that are. So I could say it's 33 out of 36, or 1 minus 3 out of 36, which is 11/12, or 0.917, or 91.7%.